Hello guys, for the task of today I'm gonna use some weights and a foam roller. As always, if you don't have a foam roller you can practice without, but it's designed to stay with the foam roller. So you lie down on top of the foam roller. Really slowly and really gentle. Arms by your side. Make sure that your knees and hips are in line and your spine is neutral. So send your pubic bone and your hips in line, and you're going to have this famous small gap in between the lower back and the foam roller. The first part, we're just going to do a little bit of stretching for our shoulder blades. We're going to bring the arms up toward the sky. Inhale to straighten your arms up. Exhale to hug the foam roller. Inhale to lift. Exhale to hug. As you start practicing, you will start to feel that one side is hugging more the foam roller, while the other side is hugging less. I try to understand if you are leaning in one side of your body. So as much as you can, as we said, try to keep your body neutral, pubic bone in line with your hips. Try to engage your core to be stable on top of the foam roller. We do 10 in total, 5 more. Exhale. One. We're going to put our hands on top of the shoulders and draw a big circle using your arms. So usually this is a great sequence if you work in the office and you need to stretch your chest, stretch your back. So in general, the sequence we're going to do today is a great sequence for releasing. 5 more. Gentle release. You're going to grab the weights. As always, you don't need to use the weights if you don't have them. You're going to straighten your arms up, but don't bring the arms up toward the sky. Really open the chest and try to hug the foam roller using your shoulder blades. As you exhale, you open your arms wide. Inhale to lift. Because we are using weights, it's also possible the reverse breath. Inhale to open as you feel the stretch. Exhale to squeeze your arms and close. 8 and more. In. Exhale. About the breathing. So in Pilates we usually use the lateral breath. So try not to use the belly when you breathe and try not to use your chest. So instead, really think on your rib cage that open on the side and close on the side. And keep going. So this specific movement we can do 8, 10, but if you want to add, you can also do 16. 4. 3. And really hug the foam roller. Last one. And small rest. Chest press. Same thing. You can always use the weights. Inhale to bend. Hug the foam roller. Open your chest. Exhale to straight. So this sequence is good sequence to start a workout or to finish a workout. There's a simple stretch during the day. Exhale. As we did before, you can do of this movement 8, 10 to 16 repetitions. I'm going to try to do 8 more now using the weights. Aim to bend. Hug the foam roller, really long neck. Exhale. Exhale. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Next exercise, we're going to try to release your shoulder blades and your upper trap. Weights or without. Bend the arms. And as you exhale, try to straighten your arms up and back. In, out to bend. Exhale. The same exercise you can practice standing against the wall if you prefer. And try not to lift too much your shoulders as you straighten your arms back. In. Exhale. In to bend. Exhale to extend. 8 more. 8. In. 7. In. 6. In. 5. And 1 more. Gentle, bring your arms up toward the sky. Shoulder blades that have the foam roller, scissor. As you exhale, you're going to bring one arm back, reaching the ground as much as you can, and the other arm forward. Inhale when the arms meet. Exhale when you stretch. In and out. If this exercise is too heavy, or for people that has maybe injuries, you can hold the wrist with the opposite hand and do a guide movement toward the back, so you can reduce a little bit the weight of the arm. Okay? At least 8 more. Really feel a nice stretching. Feel your chest opening, a nice stretching on your shoulder blades. Of these exercises, as we said before, you can do up to 16 repetitions. What is super important is the breathing. Inhale when the arms meet. Exhale. In and out. In and out. Last one. In and out. And gentle release. A little bit more coordination will be the figure of 8. It's really similar to the scissor. So you're going to send one arm forward, one arm back. You're going to draw a semicircle in 2 opposite directions with your arms. And then you change. This time the right arm go back, the left arm go forward, semicircle, and come back. Inhale to stand, exhale, left arm go back, right arm go forward. Draw a circle in 2 opposite directions with your arms, and up, into hold. Exhale to stretch, in to stay, exhale to circle, in, exhale, in, exhale, semicircle. I'm going to try to do the same exercise with the weights. Arms up. Exhale during the stretching. Into hold. Exhale, circle around. For example, for me this movement, the weights are too much. So I prefer without weights. So the kind of breathing that you can apply, there are two. So lift your arms up. Exhale to go back. Inhale to hold. Exhale to circle around. Inhale to stay. Exhale, come back. Or two different. As you exhale to lower. Inhale, circle around. And then you go up. The last exercise, always you can use with or without weights. You're going to bring the arms up toward the sky. As you exhale, you send your arms back as much as you can. Keep your shoulders down and circle around. We do 10 in total, but you can do 16. Exhale. In. Exhale. In to stay. Exhale. So you will notice that there is a side that is working more and a side that is working less. It's perfectly normal. More you will practice the exercise, more you will get fluid in the movement and also with less tension. Couple of more. And gentle release. So all the sequence that we've done today, we will do just in opening. Don't go in reverse movement or in this way. So we just try to open your chest as much as you can. So let's review the movement. We did the hug. You can do 10 reps or 16. We did chest press, 10 or 16. We did scissor, 10 to 16. We did the exercise to stretch your shoulder blades. And upper trap, we did semicircle, 10 to 16, and then we do the full circle. So we're gonna now start warming up your core. So I'm gonna move slightly backward with my body. So I'm gonna stay outside the foam roller. So the foam roller is gonna be in line with the edge of my shoulder blades, slightly more there, okay? I'm going to hug the midline and the foam roller with my legs. I'm going to go backward. As you exhale, chin toward your chest and crunch. Inhale to go back. Exhale. In. Exhale for 3. If this is too intense, you're going to do the same exercise on top of the foam roll. 4. In. 5. In. 6. In. 7. And keep going. So the idea is that we want to warm up your upper core. If it's going to feel pain on your back, just lie down on top of the foam roller and do your 10 in this way. So repetition are going to be 10 to 16 reps. Five more. 4 more. Last one. Make sure that you have a fist in between chin and chest and try to lift until the edge of the shoulder blades. Now for the second part, as always, if you want harder, You just stay where you are, aligned with the edge of the shoulder blades. You crunch and start pumping your arms in your famous 100. So we want to warm up your core, strengthen your lungs, and really keep active the blood circulation. We're going to swap 5 inhalation with 5 exhalation. If you want harder, you try to lift one leg in tabletop. In and out. In and out. In and out. 20 more. And out. 10 more. And gentle swap. Let's see if I can fall down. In and out. In and out. In and out. 20 more. Last 10. And gentle release. Slide a little bit more forward on top of the foam roller. Your hand needs to be on top of the foam roller. Ideally, all the sequences in neutral spine. If you cannot do the sequence in neutral spine, you can imprint your lower back. Of course, you don't need, that's it. Neutral is the goal. Imprinting, if you cannot practice neutral, don't arch. If the foam roller gives you too much instability, you remove the foam roller. Okay? So slowly, we're going to start with one leg in tabletop, opposite leg on the ground. Hands can be facing down or facing up. Now imagine that everything starts from your powerhouse, it is your core. Try to have legs light, quad light, hip flexor light. As you exhale super slow, try to change your legs in the air. Inhale to stay, exhale to swap. And keep going. So palm facing down if you want easier, palm facing up if you want more challenge. Don't think that this is an easy exercise, because a lot of people, they just feel their legs, they don't feel their core working. So make sure that your legs get light, your legs, they really float in the air. Exhale. In. Exhale. Four. In. Exhale. In. 3 more. In. 2 more. In. Exhale. And then a small rest. You can do 10 or up to 16. Okay? Slowly, with control, we're going to bring one leg in tabletop as we exhale. You're going to keep the arms by your side for the first 5. Simple toe tap, focusing in our lower core. Exhale to lower. Focusing in your lower abdominal. Inhale to lift. So the hard part is to maintain the neutral spine as you lower your leg down. So if touching the ground is too much, you just stop a little bit before. We start now playing with the balance. You're going to lift the opposite arm up. As you exhale, as you lower the foot down, you bring your arm back. Inhale to lift up. Exhale. In. 4 more. In. 3 more. In. 2 more. Last 5. If your balance is great, it is not mine, as you lower the arms back, both of them, you lower 1 foot down. And then you lift up. 4 more. Up. 3 more. Woohoo! It was falling down. Up. 2 more. Last one. And gentle, come back. We smooth the sides. So we did 5 without arms, 5 with 1 arm, 5 with 2 arms. Opposite leg. Exhale to top. Up. Exhale for 2. Frequency my lower core. Up. Exhale for 3. Really hard the foam roller with your shoulder blades. Open your chest using your obliques, your lower core. Keep your spine neutral. 1. Long neck. Opposite arm up toward the sky. And again, exhale to lower the leg. As you lower the arm. Back. In. 4 more. Inhalation to lift. Exhalation to lower. 2 more. Arms up toward the sky if it's possible. Exhale, arms back, foot down and up. 4 more. Up. 3 more. Ooh. We notice that you have one side is easier and one side is much harder. For me, both of them are hard. Last one. And gentle release down. Next exercise, we go in progression, more for a beginner client. We're going to bring the left leg in tabletop. Keep the opposite leg on the ground. Simple, single leg stretch. Exhale to go in extension. Inhale. Exhale. So try to keep your leg 45-degree angle when you go in extension. Okay? Exhale. In. 3 more. One more. And change. Exhale, single leg stretch, extend the leg 45-degree angle. And then you bend, tabletop. Exhale to straight, neutral spine. Inhale to bend. Exhale. 4 more. So of the single leg stretch, you can do 8 to 16 repetitions for each leg. We just did 8 at the moment. Last one. And gentle release. More intermediate, bring one leg in tabletop and the opposite leg in tabletop. Toe tap. As you exhale, lower the left foot toward the ground. Inhalation to lift. Exhale to lower the opposite. And keep going. So make sure that the movement, it's not too narrow and it's not too wide, not too long. Okay? If you start to experience discomfort on your back, it's usually because of your arching or your legs are getting heavier and your core maybe is not strong and you move your pelvis too much forward and you're slightly arching your lower back. So in that case, you can have a rest or remove the foam roller. Exhale. In. Exhale. In. 6 more, please. In. 5. In. 4. Last one. Small reps. Of your total up, you can do up to 16 reps. You're gonna bring both legs in tabletop. Exhale, both legs down. Total, into lift. Exhale. In. 3. So you go down and you decide how low you can go. So if your core is strong, you can reach it up. If your core is not so strong, then you decide to stand a little bit higher. 4. In. 3. In. 2 more. Last one. And small rest. Next exercise is an intermediate movement, so not adapted usually in beginner clients. So bring your legs in tabletop is your usual footwork. Lift your chin toward your chest. Imagine that you are pressing your legs against the footwork. Exhale to extend, in and out to bend. So more intermediate clients are going to lift their legs up to 45-degree angle. More advanced clients try to lower your legs more down. 5 more for a total of 10. 5. Focusing your upper core and squeezing from your glutes. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Same exercise, legs together in parallel. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6 more. 5. 4. 3 more. 2 more. Keep your leg extended, calf raises, flex and point. So that's what we usually do on the reformer to strengthen our calves. At the moment we're just focusing on our core. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release down. I'm gonna roll on the side, and I'm gonna put the foam roller under our feet. Next exercise is the roll up. It's suitable for beginner and intermediate clients. Some beginner clients can find this too challenge. So remember that we did in the first video the variation. Lift your arms up, align with your eyes. We're going to work in the mobility of the spine and core strengthen. You're going to bring the arms up 90-degree angle. You're going to lift your chin toward your chest. As you exhale, you round the spine forward. Arms parallel to the ground. And gentle roll, bone by bone. And again, arms up. Exhale, chin toward your chest. Roll forward. Arms in between your neck. Neck down in between your arms. Slowly try to resist with your feet as you roll down. In. Okay. Let's start again our sequence. We start from a simple roll up. Chin toward your chest and you crunch until the edge of the shoulder blades and you start to pump your arms. In for 5 and out for 5. In for 5, out for 5. 20, in for 5, out for 5. 30, in for 5, out for 5. 40, in for 5, out for 5. 50 more. Exhale. 40. Exhale. Really start to pump your arms really fast in order to strengthen your core, strengthen your lungs, and to come back. Roll up. Arms up, align with your chest. As you exhale, bring your chin toward your chest, roll forward. Arms parallel to the ground. Exhale, slowly roll down and try to resist with your feet. And again, arms up. Exhale, chin toward your chest. Roll forward. In. Exhale, roll down. And again, arms up. Chin toward your chest. Roll forward. Arms parallel to the ground. And roll back. So we already started the roll up. Roll up is an exercise to mobilize your spine, strengthening your core. One of the principles in Pilates is the opposition. So as I'm rolling forward, my arms aim forward, my tummy aims back. Gentle roll back. 4 more, please. Chin toward the chest. Arms forward, tummy back. And resist, resist, resist. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Let's review the breathing. Arms up, vertebrae ankle. Exhale as you roll your spine forward. Head in between your arms. Gentle roll down. From there we transition for one leg circle. We're going to lift the left leg up toward the sky. Left leg in external rotation. We're going to draw a circle toward the right shoulder. Forward, left shoulder, up. So the circle needs to be wide as your shoulders, making sure that your hips are perfectly down and anchored. We do other 5 extra, where I'm going to explain you where to go. Toward the right shoulder, keeping your left hip down, forward, engaging your core, toward the left shoulder and up. Inhalation, when you draw the circle, exhalation. Last one. And release. Bend the knee, lift your leg up, reverse. Left shoulder, forward, right shoulder, up. Left, forward, right, up. Left, forward, right, up, in. And out. 5 more for a total of 10. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And gentle release and swap the side. You're going to lift the leg up toward the sky. Leg and foot turn out in external rotation. You're going to send the leg toward the left shoulder, forward engaging your core, avoiding the arching of the spine, toward the right shoulder, and up. Left, forward, right, up. Left, forward, right, up. Left, forward, right, up. Left, forward, right, up. 4 more. Toward the left shoulder, keeping your right hip down. Forward, keeping your spine neutral. Toward the right shoulder, keeping your left hip down. Bend your leg. Lift your leg up. Reverse. So muscle that you're gonna engage is your core for all the sequence, your thighs and hip flexor you're gonna feel a lot. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Small rest. We're going to introduce the tree. So it's a variation in between a roll up and one leg circle. So opposite leg is going to be always on top of the foam roller. As you are, you're going to lift your leg up toward the sky. As you exhale, you're going to lift your chin toward your chest. Walk with your hands until your ankle. Lift your leg up, open your chest. Inhale to hold. Exhale, slowly roll back your spine. And again, in. Exhale. Chin toward your chest. Lift yourself up. Into hold. Exhale, roll down. One more. Inhalation. Exhalation. Walk, walk, walk. Lift. Exhale, roll down, roll down, roll down. And reverse. Opposite leg up. Hands aligned with your thighs. Exhale, chin toward your chest. You walk with your hands. You're going to sit toward your sitting bones. Lift your leg up, shoulders down, engaging your back. In. Exhale to roll back. In to stay. Exhale. Walk, 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 walk. In. Exhale, down, 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 down. In. Exhale, up, 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 up. Make sure you're not working hyperextension with your leg. Always soften your knee. And gentle roll down, roll down, roll down. We're going to come sitting and we're just going to roll up our calves. So if the exercise is not too intense, you can cross one leg on top of the other. Okay? And try to stay at least 30 seconds for each side. Okay? My exercise is not going to be great. I have 2 injuries on my shoulders, so just to let you know. I try not to sink on your shoulders, please. Try to go slow in your movement, and if you find a spot that is a little bit painful, you're going to stay. If the exercise is too intense, you're going to put one foot on the ground. And breathe. In and out. In and out. In and out. And reverse. Opposite leg. 20 seconds more. And release. We lie down. We focus now in our bridges. Arms by your side. Foam roller really closer to your hands. Knees and feet in line. As you exhale, keeping the foam roller still tucked under your pelvis. Lift your glutes up toward the sky. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, roll down, ball, backward. Inhale to stay. Exhale. Your knees point forward. Your rib cage needs to be closed as you roll down. So really try to mobilize all your spine. In to stay. Exhale, tuck under your pelvis so you become flat with your spine. Squeeze your glutes. Engage your hamstrings. In. Exhale, roll down. Next, try to lift your arms up. Exhale, roll up. Exhale, bone by bone, roll down. In. Exhale. In. Exhale. In. Last one. Keep yourself up. Small pulses. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. 16. 2. So imagine that in between your knees, you have a ball. So try to connect your inner thighs. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Roll down. Now, second part of the gonna be a little bit harder. So we work on the stability of your hips. Plus toe tap. Hands by your side, roll your spine up. Keep your hips square. Exhale to lift one leg in tabletop. Inhale to lower down. 9 more. Check that your hips are perfectly square. 8. 7. In. 6. In. 5. In. 4. In. 3. So make sure that you're not doing salsa and bachata with your hips. Engage your hamstrings, engage your glutes to stabilize your hips. Keep your right leg in tabletop for toe tap. Exhale to lower your leg down. Inhale to lift up. 2. Up. 3. So make sure you're not sinking with your hips. 4. Up. 5. Up. 6. Up. 7. And 8. And swap. Opposite leg up. 8. Up. 7. Up. 6. Inhalation as you lower, focusing on your lower core. Up 4 more. Up 3 more. Up 2 more. Last one. Small rest. Last exercise, real bridge. You roll back the spine. Extend your left leg in line with your right knee. You're gonna kick the leg toward your nose. Exhale to pull the leg down in flex point. 2. Flex as you lower. Into kick and point your foot. 4. In. 5. In. 6. In. 7. In. Last one. 8. And slowly roll down your spine. Opposite leg. Inhale to stay. Exhale to roll up your spine. Opposite leg up. Extend your leg. Kick the leg toward your nose. Exhale, go down. In. Exhale. Make sure you're not sinking with your hips. And more you lower your leg, more you want to lift your glute higher. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And gentle roll down. From there we're going to stretch our glutes. Always using the foam roller. I'm going to lift my right foot on top of the left knee. I'm going to try to, as much as you can, to roll on my glutes that we just used. So we just try to stay 30 seconds on the right hand side and 30 seconds on the left hand side. Free breath. And try to insist, especially where you feel a little bit of tension. And release, opposite side. Small stretch. Back and forward. And insist, especially where you have a little bit of tension. 10 seconds more. And release. Small part, we stay sitting on top of the foam roller for our stretching for spine stretch and open leg rock. So keep the legs wide as the mat, open the legs wide as the mat, soften your knees, straight arms up. Inhale to hold, exhale, bring your chin toward your chest, neck in between your arms, inhale to step, exhale, roll up. 4 more. So the main stretching will be your mid back and your upper back. 2 more. 1 more. And so, open your arms wide inside the peripheral vision. 3 energy, neck up, arms in the opposite direction. Twist toward your right hand side. Try to reach your little toe with your little finger. 2 times, 2 pulses, and gentle come back up. You twist toward the left and try to keep your right glute down. And come back. Exhale. And up. 3. And up. 4. And up. Inhale, lengthen. 5. Up. And 6. Lengthen. Last one. And small rest. From there, we transition for our core sequence. So we lie down and we put the foam roller under our sacrum. Okay? We're going to bring the arms on the side and hold the foam roller. Let me position the foam roller correctly. Whoop. And we're going to bring the legs in tabletop. We start with single leg stretch. Inhale, exhale. We already did all this exercise, so we're working at the moment you up your core. In, exhale when we swap. As always, feeling oval position. One leg really aim forward, opposite leg aim toward your chest. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And scissor. So you can do a double pulse, or if you want to keep it easier, exhale when the leg reaches your nose, inhale when your legs meet. 6 more. You should start experiencing a little bit of stretching on your hip flexor of the leg that is going forward. And bicycle. So remember when we do the bicycle, there is a moment that your legs has the shape of a scissor. 4 more. 3 more. 1 more. And reverse. 8, 7, 6. Try not to shorten your waist. Try to keep your waist long. Same space in between rib cage and hips. And lift your legs up. Both legs lower and lift. Exhale to lower. In to lift. 7 more. 6 more. 5. 4. 3 more. 2. And circles. We're going to open the legs wide as your shoulders. Exhale to lower. In to open. Up to lower. And again. 3. So the important thing is that you open your legs simultaneously and the hip stability. Okay? Don't draw a gigantic circle. 3 more. For your circles, you can do from 5 up to 10. One more. And reverse. 8. In. Exhale to lower. In. 6 more. In. 5 more. In. 4. In. 3. In. 2. Last one. Exhale to lower both legs forward. In. Last exercise is the frog, as we do on the foot and on the reformer. Exhale, squeeze your inner thighs to straighten your legs, inhale to bend. 7 more for a total of 8. 6. 5. 4. In. 3. In. 2. Last one. And gentle release down. We're going to stretch 1 second your hip flexor. So we come back with the foam roller, align with your sacrum. You're going to extend the left leg on the ground and bring your right knee toward your chest. You should start experiencing a lot of stretching on the left side of your hip flexor. Keep your core contract and you're going to hold. In from your nose, out from your mouth. And visualize that this leg gets really long toward one direction and toward the opposite direction. Your head is getting long to the base. Okay, so really lengthen. 10 seconds more. And gentle release. Opposite side. Extend the right leg, bend your left, and hold. In from your nose, out from your mouth. In from your nose, out from your mouth. In and out. In and out. 15 seconds more. And release. And gentle roll down. We start speaking now about back exercise. So we keep the foam roller in front of us and we do this one preparation. So we're going to work on your upper back and mid back. We're going to straighten the arms forward on top of the foam roller. Feet can be in Pilates here or legs wide as your hips. Okay? It's up to you. As you exhale, using your shoulder blades, slowly pull the foam roller toward you. As you exhale, inhale to dive forward. Exhale up. And dive forward. Inhale. Exhale. So shoulders back, engaging your back muscle. Focus on your upper back and mid back. And gentle roll down. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. And gentle release. To have a better connection for this exercise, I suggest you to practice this exercise. So you can use the weights or without. We're going to work your mid back. It's really similar to what we practice on the floor. So I'm going to put one cheek on the ground, arms by my side. Inhale to hold. I'm going to lift my arms in line with my hips. I wash the ground. I'm going to hold for 1, 2, 3. Gentle roll down. And again, exhale up. Hold for 1, 2, 3. Then you roll down. And again, exhale up for 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Then you come back. Exhale for 4. Up. 1, 2, 3. And down. Exhale for 5. Up. 1, 2, 3. And you come back. Exhale for 6. Up. Hold. Neck long. Don't watch forward. Otherwise you're going to compress your neck. Watch down. And then you come back. And again. Exhale up. And again. Exhale up. So for this specific exercise, we can do from 8 up to 16. 8 more. 8. Hold for 1, 2, 3. Come back. 7. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Come back. 6. Up. 1, 2, 3. Come back. Exhale up. Really engage your shoulder blades, engage your triceps. Again up. Exhale up. Last one, you're gonna hold. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child pose.